Hey there, Whitney here from MorganNutrition.com, your gluten-free warrior and functional health coach. Now, in the age of coronavirus, a lot of people are thinking about, ways to improve their immune system and just their overall health. Now, there are a lot of supplements and, vitamins and herbs and things that can help in that area, but they're meaningless if you're swimming upstream against a poor diet. Now, this video is important because I'm going to clue you in on 3 foods that you are probably eating every day that you should eliminate right now. So if you want to improve your immune function, reduce inflammation in your body, and improve overall organ function, you're going to want to pay attention. But before we dive into it, make sure that you connect with me wherever you're tuning in. So like my Facebook page, follow me on Instagram, or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, if you're tuning in on YouTube, make sure that you click on that little bell so that you can be notified every time that I drop a new video. And remember that I love hearing from you. So definitely send me your comments and your questions and your emojis, okay? So what is the #1 food that you should eliminate right now if you want to improve your health? Well, brace yourself because you're not gonna like it. Grains. And no, I don't just mean wheat and gluten, which of course is the big bad in my book, but I mean all grains. The hard truth is that even though we humans are pretty adaptable, from an evolutionary perspective, our genes are woefully unprepared for the excess carbohydrates that grains deliver. Not only will excess carbs keep you trapped on that glucose insulin roller coaster, but they will also increase your cardiovascular risk and your risk of metabolic disease. In addition, they completely screw with your hormone signaling and tell your body to store more fat. Grains also contain anti-nutrients like lectins and phytates. Now, lectins are phytochemical toxins that plants use to protect themselves from radiation and predators and microorganisms. Now, when we ingest lectins, they suppress our immune function and they promote leaky gut and can trigger an inflammatory cascade that can last for days, weeks, or sometimes even months. And the lectin found in wheat is particularly destructive and has been linked to thyroid autoimmunity and neurological disorders. Phytates are indigestible compounds that bind to the minerals that are in the food that you eat, like magnesium, calcium, zinc, and iron. And studies suggest that a high phytate diet can also compromise vitamin D levels, and vitamin D is super important for immune function. The takeaway is that excess phytates can lead to chronic nutrient deficiencies, which leave you much more vulnerable to infection. And of course, gluten-containing grains are the mob boss of all grains, but I'm not going to get into the weeds about the evils of gluten today. If you want to learn more about that, you can check out some of my other videos, so subscribe to my channel, hint, hint. Okay, the next thing to eliminate from your diet is sugar. The average American consumes about 115 pounds of sugar every year. That's insane. And refined sugar is an immediate shot of glucose into the bloodstream, which sparks inflammation and increases oxidation. Chronically high levels of glucose will definitely suppress your immune system and also increase your risk of metabolic disease and cardiovascular disease. Now, these 2 pathologies are severe conditions in their own right, but they are particularly serious for people who are struggling with a COVID-19 infection. The 3rd food to eliminate from your diet if you want to improve your health is bad fats. Now, by bad fats, I mean trans fats, partially hydrogenated fats, and polyunsaturated oils. Trans fats and partially hydrogenated fats are some of the worst things that you can put in your body. They cause systemic, cellular, and tissue damage and are linked to cardiovascular disease, cancer, and accelerated aging. And they're everywhere. You name it: crackers, cookies, frozen foods, fast foods, deep fried foods, margarine spreads, even coffee creamers are loaded with these things. Polyunsaturated fats are highly unstable, and when exposed to heat, they oxidize quickly. They promote systemic inflammation, excessive free radical damage, and unfortunately, the modern diet is loaded with them. We also refer to these oils as PUFAs, and they show up mostly as your typical vegetable oil, and entire grocery aisles are devoted to them. And it's virtually impossible to avoid these kinds of fats when you're dining out or when you're hitting up your fast food joints. Some of the oils you're going to want to avoid are things like canola, corn, soybean, sunflower, safflower, your grapeseed oils, and all of your peanut oils. Now, if you want to replace these fats, some good fats for cooking are things like coconut oil and, real butter, and even things like tallow and lard are awesome because they're very stable at high temperature. When it comes to things like dressings and dipping sauces, post-cooking kinds of things, oils that you're not going to expose to heat, then opt for things like olive oil and macadamia nut oil. Even walnut and hazelnut oils are really good options. All right, the next time you sit down to make your coronavirus grocery list, make sure that none of these bad guys make the cut. No grains, no sugars, and no unhealthy fats. When you eliminate these 3 foods, your immune system will get stronger. Inflammation in your body will go down, your cardiovascular health will improve, as will your metabolic health, and every cell and organ in your body will just get a little bit happier. All right, everybody, thanks for hanging out with me today. And drop me a comment before you go. I always love hearing from you and getting your questions and your feedback. And if there's any topic that you would like me to talk about in a future video, make sure you give me that idea. All right, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next week.